Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another celebrity reading. This time it's on Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater. So, if you haven't checked out my last Ariana Grande reading, I'll put it up here. Oh my God, so many of my readings have come true. So the first one about her divorce came true, and the second one that I just uploaded like last week already came true. I warned you that there was some weirdness amongst her and Dalton and some line blurring between his next relationship and her next relationship, because I told you it seems like they were trying to make each other jealous, and he was weary about some guy. At least Dalton was worried about some guy around her, and she was like, no. And now all of a sudden she pops up with a new man that she was on a set with. Not only was I correct, but Dalton! You knew it. So I'm going to do a reading on if she actually cheated on him with this new guy. Okay? So check out the last reading because there's a lot of tea there, but we're going to get the specifics in this one, okay? So remember, these readings are all alleged friend tapers only, and let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to do something interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull, okay, so let's do Ariana, Ethan, the energy between them, and then I want to do his girlfriend or ex-wife, excuse me, and then I'm going to do her ex-boyfriend, and then I'm going to do the energy in between them and the energy in between them. Okay, so Ariana showed up as the Five of Wands reversed, and Ethan showed up as the Hermit reverse. So Ariana definitely was trying to avoid all of her issues, and I do think she also wanted to avoid being with a guy, but fell into the trap. Obviously we know she's needy, so I do think she was trying to do her best, but I think she just wanted to avoid all of her issues, and even though she was trying to avoid another guy, avoiding her issues is much easier done with a guy than without. The Hermit being reversed tells me that he was out of his element, out of his comfort zone. So if I'm being very honest, between the two of them, the Knight of Swords is reversed. So the Knight of Swords is like a knight in shining armor. It's pure intentions when it's upright. When it's reversed, it's the opposite. So impure intentions. So yes, I do believe, allegedly from chambers only, they both cheated. Here's the thing. When the Hermit's reversed, she made him feel special. And I think anybody would feel special with Ariana Grande talking to them and being interested. So she made him feel like he was being plucked out of a flower, like out of a field of flowers, like you're the chosen one and I'm choosing you. So he felt really special and starry-eyed because here comes Ariana Grande, massively successful, beautiful, talented, gorgeous, coming, and she's giving me attention. He literally felt like he was like a pick me, like you picked me and I'm amazing. So for him, it was just like it was like a movie. It's literally like he feels like special. I think Ariana Grande is very good at making men feel special. I think she's very good at this. And I think she's conscious of it. So now between her and Dalton, so Dalton showed up as the Three of Cups reversed. So she was sick and tired of his jealousy. I also do think that she wanted to initially make him jealous. I think a part of her was doing this just to piss him off, and then it spiraled into something real. And the Six of Pentacles is upright too, which is accountability. And that's also like attachment. She was definitely doing this while still with him. So yes, I still see her being a cheater. A cheater, pumpkin eater. I see it. They were still together. I don't think it's possible that they didn't hook up until after they separated, but she was emotionally cheating before. I'm very, very, very confident with that. And I'm open to being wrong, but I don't think I am. Okay. Now the Two of Cups is what his ex-wife shows up as, which means that she was madly in love with him, probably still is, and thought he was too. The Moon is the energy between the two of them, which is lies, deceit, deception. So he completely threw his wife or ex-wife under the bus for Ariana Grande, 100%, and told her a bunch of lies and lied about the whole scenario and lied about everything. Yes. That is what I see. I guess it's not super shocking. I think a lot of people in his position would probably do that. Ariana Grande is like one of the most famous, most beautiful women in the world. Like, what man is not going to get starry-eyed and be like, this is my chance? Like, I think every man fantasizes to be with Ariana Grande. Like, let's be real. She's like the epitome of like a straight guy's dream. Every time I ask my straight friends who their celebrity crushes, it's always Ari. So it's not shocking to me to see this. Like, especially given the fact that I don't think he's like, you know, the biggest heartthrob in the world. So this is just not shocking to me. And his ex-wife is absolutely just fucked. Like, that's it. Like, that's it. Okay, so you guys know exactly how I feel about this card. So the Lovers card shows up between Ethan and Ari. Now, a lot of you guys are like, oh my God, they're madly in love. They're madly in love. But something that I've told you guys before is that if I'm seeing a Lovers card and it's a newer connection, sometimes you need to be careful because Lovers for me is not always indicative of romance. A lot of times it's indicative of codependency. The Magician is upright, which means they talked a lot and spent a lot of time. And the Nine of Cups is about getting what I want. When Ariana Grande confides in you and trauma dumps on you about her relationship issues, you feel special. You feel attached. You grow into codependency. Ari trauma dumped onto him because she needed advice and support and security. And he was like, I will fix you. I will help you. I feel like I'm the chosen one. I feel amazing. So I'm not saying he's innocent, right? He's definitely making his own choices. But given Ari's star power, I'm just not shocked to see a man throw away his life for her. That just doesn't shock me. Like, duh. Most men are going to do that. The Nine of Cups is a wish granted, by the way, which once again reiterates the fact that I said, well, let me not say fact, alleged friendship only. It reiterates what I said earlier, which is that she's his dream woman. If you were to ask this guy for a hall pass, like if his wife was like, give me what would be your hall pass, he would say Ariana Grande. Like, this is like his moment. So for him, he's like, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll slay any dragon for you, babe. That's exactly what he's saying. I'd be shocked if Dalton didn't send a threatening message or if Dalton didn't have issues before. I'm telling you, Dalton suspected something, and I wouldn't be so shocked if it was this guy or if Dalton suspected another guy and it was actually this guy. But there's someone here where Dalton was like, nah, because the Emperor and the Nine of Wands, things getting worse before they get better, which means Dalton knew something was amok. And that is why Dalton was with some other girls and was doing things with other girls. I'm telling you right now, I don't think their relationship was healthy. I've already said this before. But, and this is going to be controversial, okay? And I'm not saying Dalton's innocent because I think he was trying to make her jealous too. But Ariana Grande kind of gaslit him a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. Now, I'm not saying he didn't do something first and that was her retaliation. I'm not sure. I'm not a part of their relationship. But I can tell you that she was like, oh, you don't got to worry about this. I'm not doing this. You're being crazy. You're acting crazy. You're acting crazy. Yeah, he was acting crazy, but girl, he was also right. Like, he may be crazy and jealous, but this time he was right. And a broken clock might be right twice a day, but when he's right, you got to give him his flowers. Come on, Miley Cyrus. Now, the Page of Cups is the way she just didn't know how to break up with him. That's Ari's problem. She does not know how to break up with people. She doesn't know how to detach. She doesn't know how to break up with people. Page of Cups reverse. She does not know how to break up with people. Yeah, the Knight of Cups and the Devil card here tells me when someone is like being toxic to her, she kind of just takes it until she can get away. She's not a good confrontational, like she doesn't deal with confrontation very, very well. So she's just going to avoid the confrontation and she's going to avoid the issue. And then this is exactly what she does. I know exactly what she does. I see it. So she's in a relationship. She's trying everything she can to make it work. She realizes it's not going to work. Instead of breaking up, she literally lets the relationship die, starts to find someone new. When she finds someone new, she trauma dumps, Devil card, Knight of Cups. She trauma dumps on them. The men are like, oh my God, I will totally help you. I will totally fix you. I'll totally make you feel better. I can protect you. I can do better than him. She damsels herself. And then the guy grabs her and it's like, okay, now you're mine. Then she enjoys the relationship for however long until she realizes she's in another toxic relationship. And then she does the cycle over and over and over again. That's literally what she does. And I don't think she realizes that when she's in that mode of like, I need help, that she's fucking trauma dumping on people. I don't think she realizes that's what she's doing. So, I'm not trying to be rude to her, but yeah, you're massively successful. So when you're vulnerable like that, right off the bat with this person who you're now like one of the most famous, hottest women in the world, they're going to feel like, oh my God, Ari, I will fix you. Of course. She needs to be more conscious of her star power because she's not a regular girl, and she needs to stop acting like she's a regular girl, especially when it comes to relationships. I don't think she realizes how big her star is and how big her fame and how big of a factor her fame is playing. This is exactly why Dalton was upset at her career and her fame. I get it now. It just clicked. This is why Dalton was mad, because I think Dalton didn't know how to articulate himself properly. So he just sounded like a crazy controlling douchebag. Allegedly for newspapers only, but I don't think he knew how to articulate his feelings properly because he's very emotional. What he was feeling was exactly what I just described, which is that you're Ariana Grande, so your fame changes the interactions that you have with everyone around you. You can't have a normal conversation with guys like this because they're going to think they have a chance or they're going to want you. And I don't think she was picking up on that, and I don't think he was articulating it correctly. But that's exactly what he was worried about. That's why it seemed he was very controlling with her career, because he didn't know how to explain his feelings on fame. It's fame that is causing most of her issues, by the way. Yep, the King of Wands. That's Dalton again. The King of Wands. He's Leo, isn't he? The Seven of Wands versus the High Priestess. He just felt like he couldn't trust her because he felt like she was too trusting with others. You share too much. You're too trusting. You give too much to these people. You don't understand. You're famous. You have to act like it. That's just the vibe that I'm feeling from him. Being like, what is this shit? Like, you're too open with people. Like, what are you doing? Oh, this is what caused their fucking destruction of their marriage. It's very sad. I mean, Strength card, Ace of Wands, and the King of Pentacles reversed. I also think there's a part of her that craves intimacy. And I think there's a part of her that almost like, how do I word this? Because the Ace of Wands is like a phallic image. So for me, it's almost like a part of her equates sexual acts with intimacy. And there's almost a part of her that, like, I think a lot of times her communication style is intertwined with that, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe that to you. It's like sexual desire is intertwined with intimacy for her, into the point of like, it's not necessarily manipulative consciously, but it's just this, I don't know how to word what I'm feeling. This is really difficult for me to word. It's like if I can't feel properly if I'm not intimate. Like if I'm not having sex, I can't feel you. It's like weird. I don't know how to word that. And I think sometimes she uses sex as a tool. Whether it's a good tool or bad tool, I guess depends on her mood. But I think a lot of times sex and sexual desire is a tool for her, an intimacy tool, rather than something that she uses for like love or anything like that. I think it's a tool, almost like a bargaining chip, but a way to express herself too. It's very complicated. I think she's a very complicated relationship with sex. Page of Swords, Eight of Wands reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. I also think she likes to provoke men. But me too, I'm a brat, so I get it. But I do think she likes to provoke men, which is something she needs to work on, though, because I think sometimes she can drive a man to insanity doing that. I mean, I'd be shocked if this relationship lasted very long, because it just seems like he's a body to her at this point. But you never know. I mean, she could stay with him for a while if she wants to. But the Temperance card and the Two of Swords, I just see her wanting to experiment with a lot of different flavors and a lot of different things. So if he's not willing to adapt to survive, she'll toss him. Because I just see her wanting to try different things. Especially Temperance and Two of Swords. Like, you know, that's bi curiosity and my bisexual card. That could mean that she might start having interest in women. It could also sometimes indicate, you know, her wanting threesomes, but it could also just literally indicate her sexual liberation and freedom. It doesn't always have to translate literally. So it could mean she just wants to try different types of dudes, different types of people, whatever. So it's hard to directly translate that. But for any of you interested in learning tarot, the only reason I give you all the definitions is because a lot of people learn tarot through these videos. So that's kind of what that would mean. It means some form of liberation for her, some sort of, you know, new desire, new feeling, new experience. So for anyone wanting to learn. Yeah. I also think she's kind of burnt out with being a celebrity, which, shocker, with all this drama. Yeah. I think for her, I think she's very angry at fame because she's going to start to realize that fame is a lot of the problem. And I do think we might get music soon about how much she hates fame, or some sort of interview about how she hates fame, some sort of podcast about how she hates fame. There's something where she's like angry and resentful towards her fame and her celebrity. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys like that, join my YouTube memberships. I have a $5, $10, and $50 tier. There's a join button down below. Or if you're on mobile, there is a link in the description that says join, I think, or something. It's memberships. I do readings for people on there, and I do pick-a-cards and story times that are all exclusive for members only. All right? So in the meantime, follow me on my socials, Antphrodite everywhere. Join me on TikTok too, because I go on TikTok live. And until next time, bye guys.